So I had a subscriber leave me a comment on one of my previous videos, and basically that subscriber wanted me to just talk about my experience during the process of me having an accident. As you guys know, if you know, I was in an accident at the end of last year. So the subscriber just want to know, how did I actually make it through that accident? He just wanted me to share my experience of being in an accident. I've never been in an accident in my whole life. That was my first accident I have ever been in. So I'm gonna just walk you guys through that pretty much the day leading up to that accident and during that accident, and also what was the outcome of that accident. So that day, well, the day prior, I picked up a load in Lexington, Kentucky, going up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. If you guys have ever been to Lexington, Kentucky, it's called Train, where they haul AC units at. I picked up some AC units, delivering up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The next morning, I delivered that load up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. After that, I had booked myself a load to bring me back closer to Indianapolis. So the next load picked up in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and it was going to deliver in Louisville. Indianapolis is before Louisville. My plan was I was going to stop in Indianapolis on that Thursday evening, wake up Friday morning, and take my family with me to go deliver that load down in Louisville, Kentucky, which is about 100 miles from Indianapolis. So I was just cruising down not 95, that's over there on the East Coast. I was cruising down 65 south in the construction zone, 2-lane construction zone. I was in the right lane, going about 50-55 miles per hour. Out of nowhere, I hear some tires squealing. And I just so happened to look down to see a vehicle pretty much looking directly at me, and I see the hood. So it was basically the vehicle had lost control and T-boned me in my driver's side, which caused me to lose control. So during the process of me losing control, there was it was a construction zone, so there was a construction vehicle out there, a truck, that I ended up hitting. So when I lost control, my passenger side hit and rear-ended the actual construction truck, tore that truck up too. There was actually a person sitting inside of that vehicle. So that's how the accident occurred. During the process, my mind was pretty much blank. I never been in an accident before. This was brand new to me. First thing that came to my mind was put my foot on the brake. I put my foot on the brake, and you guys see the pictures. That was pretty much the outcome. First thing I did was I couldn't get out of my driver's side, because my driver's side was actually, as you guys see in the pictures, it was totally messed up. I couldn't open up the door. I just so happened, when I came to a complete stop, I looked at my passenger side door and it was open. So I crawled over to the passenger side and I got out. Walked away, no scratches, no broken bones, no bruises. The first thing I did was call up my insurance. Let them know I just was in an accident. And I was 100% confident, I wasn't at fault. I was just cruising on cruise control, going 50-55 miles per hour. That car lost control and that car hit me. So I had to load on the truck, and my trailer ended up jackknifing, which cut off the whole 65 southbound. So there was a big traffic bag up. Police came out, did their investigation, and of course, like I said, I was 100% confident that it wasn't my fault. So I ended up getting a police report. Everything was good. I had a non-at-fault accident. After that, I ended up calling my wife. I was about 50, 60 miles away from Indianapolis. Her and my son came and picked me up. And then when I was walking out to the car, I told her, I said, get on in the passenger seat. She couldn't believe it, you know. She was like, no, you just got into an accident. You know, I don't feel like it's safe for you to be driving. No, I said, no, get in the passenger seat. I'm all right. I had to drive. I had to drive back home because that's what boosted my confidence. Some of you guys out there have been in accidents, whether it's in a commercial vehicle or an actual, your regular automobile. And some of you guys until this day is still scared to go drive. There's nothing to fear. So I just want to let you guys know that the way you're going to build confidence is just to pick up where you left off at and continue movement. So my wife, she was like, oh, no, you ain't driving. I told her, get on in that passenger seat. I drove all the way home. I didn't feel no different. So that's why I'm out here right now, still able to get out here and drive and pick up loads and deliver loads with the same confidence that I had prior to that actual accident. So never let a one-time event discourage you out there. So the actual aftermath of this accident, the lady didn't have insurance. So my insurance had to cover it. That accident happened around September, October. My insurance didn't pay off my truck and my trailer because they both were total. They didn't pay it off until like around January or February. So I went months of just sitting around until I was able to go out and purchase another truck. So that's one thing about commercial insurance, and that's one thing about insurance in general. We pay a lot of money for premiums, but the time when we really need it, they're going to take their time. So that's one thing I don't like about insurance. So I end up getting everything settled months and months, you know, after the fact. So that was pretty much the accident right there. That's what happened. And after the fact, that's what happened with my insurance. And if the lady had insurance, maybe the process could have been expedited. But since she didn't have insurance, my insurance had to do everything they could to figure out how they could get her to pay for it, or figure out how they could attack her insurance so that they could pay for it. But like I say, she didn't have insurance. And of course, your insurance, they don't want to cut that check, especially if it's because the person at fault didn't have insurance. So that was pretty much my accident. Hopefully you guys out there who have been involved in accidents, like I told you before, hopefully you guys do not let that discourage you. Keep pushing through. Don't be afraid to get back in that commercial vehicle or your personal vehicle and continue movement out there. So 30-day free trial with DAT. Go sign up with TAFS. Everything is in the description box below. If you guys are looking for a truck and a trailer to lease out, hit me up on my email, broker@manixtrans.com. Go visit my website, www.extraordinarymovement.com. Everyone out there, CEO, commit, execute, and be obsessed. Everyone be great.